What was that? Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to DLC. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a makeup look on my mom and going along the way giving you guys some tips on how to do makeup on mature skin. Okay, so first things first, what I find with doing makeup on mature skin is the skin prep before we apply the foundation. Now, my mom has more of a dry skin texture, so I try to use something with that's moisturizing and then helps her with her face, and then we apply the makeup on it. So first, I'm going to take my NYX Photo Loving Primer. I'm just gonna put that, and it'll kind of smooth out all her pores that she has on her face. You really want to make sure that you have a good primer when you are doing makeup on mature skin. Okay, then next, I'm just gonna take my NYX Bear With Me setting spray, refresher, and prime, just to add some extra moisture on the face so that the makeup sets nicely on it. Okay, next, so this is an everyday makeup look that I'm going to be doing. So the foundation that I recommend is a lightweight foundation. I'm gonna be using the Ordinary's Serum Foundation because I find that that's a great everyday makeup to use or foundation to use, and it's super cheap as well. So that's what I'm gonna be using today on the face. Okay, so my mom usually mixes two colors. So we have the color 3.1Y and 3.0R. I mean, mixing the same brand foundations is okay as long as they're the same formula. You should be fine. So I'm just gonna be mixing these two because that's what she usually does to get her perfect skin tone color match. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my beauty blender that I already wet to make it nice and spongy and start applying that all over her face. Now, I find applying with a sponge rather than a brush with more mature skin, I get a very airbrush finish, and overall it just looks a lot nicer on the skin. And usually just with younger skin as well. I mean, yeah, younger skin, I don't know. Now I find with mature skin, the eyelids start to get a little bit hooded. So you really have to rub that foundation in the eyelids to make sure that you get full coverage all over. Okay, so now that I've applied the foundation all over, I'm just gonna take a nice setting powder. This one I got from Morphe, and it's in the shade Banana Rich, and I use this on my face, and it's a good color as well for my mom. You can use a translucent one, or you could find a powder that fits your skin tone as well. Just gonna take a little bit and lightly put it all over the face to make sure that the makeup sets in all day, because while you're at work and doing all this and that, you want to make sure your makeup stays intact, and I find a good setting powder helps with that. Now, the Morphe brand is actually really good, and it's affordable as well. Okay, so next, I'm just going to be taking my Morphe 8H highlight and contour palette. This palette I use every day on myself, and the colors fit really well with my mom's skin tone. So that's what I'm going to be using today to kind of lightly contour. Like I said, this is a very everyday work look makeup, so nothing too heavy, no baking, no like heaviness, just a light contour to kind of define the face and the structure. So I'm just going to be mixing some of the dark colors, these ones together, lightly tap out the excess, and then just going to lightly turn your head, lightly brush where the air, middle of the, or the top of the ear downwards into a diagonal contour the neck a little bit. Make sure it blends in with the rest of the body and the forehead. Just a little bit on the forehead here to add some definition. And make sure that foundation blends in with the hairline and doesn't look too cakey. Okay, so next, I'm just gonna take my Morphe blush palette. I know it seems like I'm supporting Morphe, but honestly, like, I love their products, and as of lately, that's all I've been using. So that's what I'm gonna use just to lightly, again, add some warmth and a little bit of color on the face. And this is the Blush Trio in Pop of Fuchsia. So I usually just blend all three colors. I don't just use one. And there's no reason for that. I just like blending the colors. And lightly add some color. You don't want to use too much and overpower it. I noticed that with a lot of Caribbean women, they like to use a lot of blush and on their face and to have a lot of color there, but you really don't need it. You could just add a little pop of color and you'll be good to go. And then lastly, just to finish off the face, I'm gonna take the same palette, the AH Contour and Highlight palette, and I'm just gonna take the highlighting colors on there and kind of just, again, use one of them. You can use either one. I think they can all fit with a multitude of skin tones. Lightly tap it out and apply that on the highest part of the cheekbone. Again, you don't have to go too heavy because this is an everyday look. I just want to kind of nicely highlight this portion of the face. All right, next, just to bring the look together, I'm just gonna be lightly filling in the brows. Nothing too crazy, nothing too like shaped and Instagram brows, but just gonna lightly fill them in to give some definition. And I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade that I got from Sephora a little bit ago, and it's in the color dark brown. And I'm also going to be using this brush here that has an angled edge. Now I'm not really I'm not like shaping them like Instagram brows where they go really crazy and it's like super thick and intense. I'm just following the shape of the natural eyebrow and filling them in like that. So where it curves, I'll curve as well. And just kind of use light brush strokes so that you're not creating any harsh lines. All right, so next, I'm just gonna be applying a little bit of mascara. My mom has very hooded eyelids, and for everyday looks, I don't think she needs eyeshadow, although she wants eyeshadow, eyeliner, and the whole works. But she doesn't need it for an everyday look, in my opinion. That's the look I'm trying to portray today. So if you, like yourself, if you have hooded eyebrows, eyelids, then I would suggest for an everyday look, just rocking some mascara. It pops your eyes and you're not going excess with it. And I mean, for long days that you're at work and stuff like that, having eyeshadow on your eyes might be a little much, unless it requires it, unless you work at a really fancy place that requires eyeshadow. But for general work, office jobs, things like that, I don't think you need it. So just gonna put some mascara on the eyes. Okay. All right, so now that that's done, now we're just gonna finish off the look with applying some lipstick. Now I'm going for a very neutral look, nothing too poppy. Again, this is for everyday look. Now I like to create an ombre effect with any kind of look I go for. So I'm gonna be using a darker eye eye lip liner, wow. And this is in the shade Trendsetter from Morphe. And then I'm gonna be taking this Collab matte lipstick and applying that on the full lips. But I'm gonna be lining the lips with this dark lip liner. And it's kind of like a deep plum. And one thing I will suggest while you're doing your overall makeup look is to apply chapstick on your lips so that it's nice and moisturized when you do get around to doing your lips. And the color of the lip liner goes on nicer and easier and smoother rather than on dry lips. So yeah, I chose a dark plum color to contrast the nude color of the actual lipstick that I'll be using. Like this. Just kind of go over the lip liner in spots where it kind of lost some definition, like this end. All right, so now that's that done, I'm going to just finish off with the NYX Bare With Me Prime, Set, and Refresh that I started off with setting the face. I'm going to finish off with priming the face. That's what I started off with. And I'm going to finish off with, why are you looking at me like that? You're judging me. She's judging me. Yeah, so I'm going to finish off with setting the face with this spray. And this kind of makes sure that the makeup stays intact all day and stays refreshed looking and stays intact. All right, so there you have it. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit just so you can see the finished look and how it looks. Okay, well there you have it. There's the finished look. If you just wanna turn your head to the side, a nice little glow there, and yeah, and there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. Anyways, if you guys have any tips to use on mature skin, please leave them down on the comments below and hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Bye for now.